What did I win?
Hello, everyone. Hey. Hello.
How's it going? Wait for some people to get on here.
Yes, we'll wait a little bit here. This is in honor of hitting 100,000 subscribers. So thank you to all of you.
Yeah, a lot of hard work. It's awesome that we've gotten there. Somewhere I thought we'd never be by now, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely was a goal, but not under a year.
Yeah. Here they all come.
Dad's busy at his house with the siding and windows, so he can't be here today. But
yeah,
I'm just glad I'm not there.
That's true. For once, we have a weekend off.
Yeah. Yes.
From his house. Oh my goodness, this is going to be overwhelming with questions. So we'll try our best, but you know.
Thanks for tuning in today. It's going to be exciting to be able to answer some questions. And
wow, there's people from everywhere on here. Ireland. It's amazing. So go right ahead, jump in. You can start asking questions. Good morning to everyone again. It's awesome that everyone's joining. Africa. Wow. That's amazing. There is a lot of people jumping on here. Did you take the tracks off of the 9870 yet?
Not right now. We need to get on that project, actually. Tires are at a different yard that we're going to be putting them on there. We're actually putting a smaller set of tires on there and probably going to be selling our bigger 710 tires and rims. So that's next week's project, I would say. We got to start focusing here and really get into preparing for harvest.
When will you guys start harvest?
We're thinking a week and a half, probably. Somewhere in there, week and a half to 2 weeks. We did get a little frost. I don't think some got damaged, but it ain't going to hurt them too badly yield-wise. I don't think it'll be affected at all.
We are married. Yes, we have been married for 5.5 years. So there's the answer to that question. What about the tracks for the S790?
Yeah, we just put them on yesterday, actually. They're on it. Video will be out, end of this week? No?
No. Oh. We have quite a few until then. Probably like a week and a half from today that'll be that video. Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of videos coming out here shortly. You're getting overwhelmed, right?
I'm getting very overwhelmed. I have 3 videos edited and 4 more to edit.
Yeah, I've been really pumping them
out. So it takes a while. Taking the footage in one day is a lot shorter of time than editing the footage. So.
Yep.
What kibble store do you go to?
Millbank is kind of our primary store. We normally always deal with them. We do, if they're short parts, we will go to Watertown or Wheaton, actually.
Yeah. What's your prediction on how many Duggos are going to happen this harvest?
I am hoping for 0. It is actually fairly dry. I don't think we're going to have any problems. Might get semi-stuck if we get a rain event or something like that. But you never know. It's always when you least expect it, when it strikes.
Yeah. We are not, we've been up for a couple hours, but everyone says we look tired. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say there.
Yeah. Slept in a little bit.
What's your favorite brand of tractor?
Probably Deere, but I'm not really, I'll go with any brand, actually. Not too opinionated on that.
Yeah.
They all got their quirks, let's just say that.
People asking about the farm simulator thing. Do you want to address that?
I don't know anything about it, actually. I've never played it. I don't know anything about it or how to get a map and honestly, I don't have time to set one up, and I don't know anything about it or who you contact to get one set up.
Yeah. It's just not something we really want to get to.
I would do it, I guess, but I don't know anything about it or how to get there.
Let's see. What else do we have here? Why is the name Duggo? That's an often question.
Why did he get the name Duggo? That came from Instagram, I believe. Because in 2019 we got stuck, I don't know how many times with the sprayers, 20 plus times with the sprayer, and and the planter and the everything actually. Quad tracks were getting stuck. And it just came to be called a Duggo because he was always the guy bearing everything.
Someone just made it up, and then we just went with it, and that's
it stuck just like the big Swede. And I don't know where he's at today.
Yeah, I don't know.
He likes to go up to North Dakota and do some hunting, bow hunting. Opened, I believe, last weekend. So he's doing a lot of work up there.
Let's see. Have we met the Millennial Farmer?
Yep. We've been on a podcast with him.
Yep. And we've met him a couple times before that.
Been to his yard a few times. Yep. He's a pretty awesome guy.
Let's see. There's a lot of nice comments, but reading through them and trying to find the questions is the difficult part.
The green Dodge does rule.
Yeah. Yep. It's pretty awesome.
I love that thing.
Do you drive combine or semi in harvest?
I rarely get in a semi any time of the year. Occasionally I will. But I'm normally one of the combine operators or the floater operator. Mm-hmm. With Eric, he seems to have taken that job away from me, I think. He's robbed the floater. He's jacked it.
Thank you, John Walker. You have a great day, too.
Yeah, thank you.
What are your dreams for the future of the farm? Expansion, equipment, wish list, buildings? I would say
we just kind of take it as it comes.
Yeah.
More land comes in our direction, we'd be happy to farm it, but it is what it is. Can't really control it. You never know what the market's going to do for the next to allow you to expand. Is maybe the biggest hurdle. Just kind of one step at a time, year by year is the biggest fight, and that's for all farmers.
Have we met the corn stars?
I met Cole. Yeah. I'd love to meet Daddy.
We like him
and Cooper.
That would be awesome.
Their girlfriends. That would be
have awesome. A beer on me. Thanks, Chance. That's so funny.
Thank you.
Is running Air Force One fun?
That thing is incredibly awesome.
It's really cool.
So 9870 is a 11-year-old machine this year that we're going to be running. And there is a big difference in the technology from 11 years. Big difference. So,
what generation are you of the farm?
I believe I'm 5th generation.
Yeah. Have we met the Welkers?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Nick, leg arms.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
That was awesome time. We actually met all of the farming YouTubers at FBN.
Yeah, it was a
conference.
Get together thing. Yeah, it was really nice.
Really awesome. That's when I had just started YouTube and kind of got in
like a month in.
Yeah.
Right in the beginning.
Yeah, and they were very willing to give advice and help us out. And Cole is the guy that got me going, honestly.
Yeah, he is. So Cole gets a good chunk of the credit. So go give Cole a subscribe if
Cole
you
the Corn Star. He's
haven't yet.
Yeah, he's an awesome guy. He helps me out a lot. We talk quite a bit about just YouTube and chat back and forth about.
Yes, Chet got a haircut a couple days ago, so everyone, we can at least calm it down a little before fall starts. It doesn't get so crazy long.
The big Swede, I think, is going for the mullet, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That would.
I don't know. He is growing it out, and then he's got these big aviators now. He's
Yeah.
really looks sharp.
Oh, that's a word.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else we got here?
I run the 790 generally. Randy, my uncle, is comfortable with 9870. Dad was running the 790 last year a little bit, but most likely it'll be me or Eric or Dad in there. But
do you need a CDL for working on the farm?
No, we do have a couple of drivers that do have CDLs. That we do not need to as farmers, and honestly, pretty much guarantee you most farmers without CDLs could drive better than most CDL drivers on the road.
Yeah. Let's see. Would you get an 8RX?
Yeah, if it was free. No, they're just a lot. They're extremely expensive, and I don't foresee that in the future. Just with the crop prices where they are, we'd be looking at a used tractor. Obviously, we'd really like to update planter tractors and get into maybe a small 4-wheel drive tractor. I don't know. Had mixed opinions on the 9RXs with the skinny belts on them. Kind of the row crop ones. They've been a little heavy. That's what I've heard for their footprint. So
we're what, 50 miles away from Millennial Farmer?
Yeah, 45, something like that.
Yeah. Toby is 3. He's hilarious. The leak has been fixed for the shower.
Let's not talk about that.
They asked. The leak has been fixed. I just have not repainted the ceiling, so the stain is.
Yeah, we've been monitoring to make sure that it did fix the problem 100%. Which so far we took a pan.
Ford. We've done. Is that all we've done? Is Ford?
I think so.
All of the ones we've done have.
They're
been
always
Ford.
in the junkyard, so there's a lot of those tailgates.
So, if I was to find one, I would definitely do one. Yes.
Yeah, they're pretty easy to build. Not too hard.
You want to talk about grain prices at all?
Well, I don't know too much about it other than that I wish I hadn't sold yet. Yeah, no, it was the storm down in Iowa and then kind of droughting out down in that area is kind of made the grain prices rally a little bit, but we're kind of back to where it was before all their big estimations came out. So.
I like this question. Any advice to homeschoolers for those being forced into homeschooling from COVID? We were both homeschooled, so that's why this is a really interesting question. If you get your work done faster, you have the rest of your day to do whatever you want to. And that is both how both of us were with it.
Yeah, my parents made us get up at the same time every day. So we were up at, I believe, 7 or 7:30, school starting at 8, and boom. And we worked hard from that 7:30, 8 o'clock-ish till about noon. And we were pretty much done.
Yeah, I was done by noon almost every day.
And that was a goal, because then we'd eat, and then I'd go to the farm. And that was the goal, because I didn't want to have to eat and go back to school. And yeah.
What do you guys think of the Kelderman corn rail?
I don't think it's a bad reel. We were in the worst conditions you could possibly find with snow. And anyone that's combine corn, you don't combine flat corn in wet conditions or snow. Well, we were, because it was only going to get more snow and worse conditions. So we had to. Nothing's made to work in those conditions. So it was a really unfair trial for that.
Yeah.
I would suggest it. I believe Cole, I talked to Cole, and he ended up getting one for their down corn, and I think he's gonna like that. So
yeah,
as long as it's dry and sunny, I don't think there'd be a problem.
Yeah. We met when we were both 16, and so we have known each other for 8 years.
Yeah.
Let's see. What's your favorite brand of truck? Well, if you watch the videos, both Chet and Doug only drive Dodge.
We talking that, or are we talking semis?
No, I guess I thought truck. I think of truck, not semis.
I don't know.
Okay, then
Peterbilt,
go semis.
Dodge. I don't know. We like
Cover
the Pete's
both.
just because they look really nice. And yeah, pretty decent.
Let's
We got some
see.
Kenworths too, which aren't bad trucks either.
Do you want to answer this question?
Is the big
Big
Swede
Swede
related?
related?
That is a question that's asked all the time. And no, well, if you want to be technical, it's
like
maybe like
third cousin twice removed.
something like that.
A really long ways down the chain in a weird way, but that is not the reason that Eric works for.
No, we were really great buddies, still are. And he was looking for a different job, and now he's working for us, and I think he's loving it. I know I am. And he's warming up to the camera. I actually just got him one. So this fall, he says, I'm not going to do much talking on it. I'm just going to get you footage of equipment. I'm like, perfect. Everybody likes to see
and
equipment.
That's good. That's good and
Yeah.
fine. Let's see.
I'm sure he'll put some trash talk in there.
I'm sure.
He's good at keeping it interesting. Although you have to edit out a lot. Don't
I have to edit out a lot of things that he says because they would not be approved for the large mass.
Yeah. No, we like to have fun just like anybody.
Yeah. Let's see. What year is your Dodge?
Mine is a 17. Hers is a 13.
Mm-hmm.
My old truck's a 08. I do still have my blue one.
We do, yeah. I just read one. That was a good one. Would you ever consider getting another Cat Challenger track tractor?
Yeah, actually, that demo that we did, I probably would have said no until the demo. We demoed it. I really like the thing. But with that being said, it's such a huge age difference between both our 8430 John Deere tractor and our MT 755. They're both 15-year-old tractors now. So the technology difference is so different. I would also like to run like a Deere side by side with the Cat, or run a Deere before I'd make that decision. But I think with that new rate card system they got, definitely makes it a lot easier to use John Deere's auto steer. It totally integrated, worked amazing, never had a problem. So
no, he doesn't fish. I will fish, but I don't really like fishing by myself. So Doug and I will go fishing. But there's
gotta have
one.
a lake that they bite on.
Well,
first.
that's true. Would you trade your Case quad for John Deere quad?
If their price was the same, yeah. That's unfortunately we did. So all of our red quads that we have are 2013s. They were not all bought in 2013. They were all bought used, and they definitely are a nice tractor. We don't have too many issues with them until the rear end trouble that we just had. But anyways, we price checked Deere versus Case, this last 600 we bought, and they were about $100,000 difference in the used market with about the same amount of hours on them. So I just don't know how you can justify $100,000 for a tractor that's going to probably do the same thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's why we're running red, and never know. I'd like to run a green one for just the Deere auto steer is a lot better in my opinion. You would never plant with the WAS. I believe it's WAS auto track. You'd have to go RTK. I mean, the red is like a snake going through the field. It's terrible. It's nothing but tillage is all you can use that.
What years are the combines?
09 is 9870 and 19 is the 790.
Joe, thank you for your donation, but we actually don't answer that question.
Yeah, we try to keep that private just for our personal reasons. Maybe just more so localized area reasons. But yeah.
Why do you need
Thanks
3
for the
quads?
question. Why do we need 3? I wish I had 5. You drive one and you will never want anything else. 4-track, that is. Mud is not an issue. You get them stuck, you should not be where you're at. Generally, if a quad track is stuck, it's operator error. Shouldn't have been in that area. The other reason is we pull a lot of big equipment. It takes the horsepower, it takes the flotation, and they're awesome machines. I wish I had a couple more. It'd be a sweet machine to have on a planter, I think, if we could have narrow enough belts. But I've heard crossfire with, they get so heavy when you go to the narrow tracks that I've heard not the best deal. But I'd sure like to try one out to see what it's like.
Are you excited to run the new grain cart?
I don't know how much I personally will get to run it, but I got to at least run it a couple days or a day for sure. Because, I am. Eric just smiles every time he looks at it. It's going to be an awesome opportunity to be able to run that thing for this fall. Yeah,
it's going to be really cool. Do you own Larson Farms or is it family owned?
It is all family owned. There's actually 4 owners, is what I would say.
Yeah.
So, we're all split up 4 ways. Works out.
Thank you, King May. That's very, very sweet. Thank you.
Thanks.
We are both 24 years old. That's an often question. Does Duggo's yard look any better yet?
No.
No, it does not. And it's not probably going to this year. The house will.
No, it's so late now that grass will never grow back again.
Yeah.
Not that we're going to get there. We're, like I said, a week and a half, 2 weeks away from harvest. And there's just no way we're going to have time to shape up his yard. So I'm afraid that's going to be a next spring before we ever get his yard shaped up. Plus, they got to pour some concrete there and do some retaining walls where we ripped out the retaining walls. So it's going to be, I'll show you if I can what it looks like when during the fall harvest, they should be getting it done.
Upload schedule. So if you have not caught on, our normal is we upload Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday is currently our schedule, but it is subject to change at really any given moment. But
that's what we try to do. 3 videos a week. Come the busy season, we'll probably be putting more out.
Yeah, in the busy seasons, there's
which
more.
Might be happening shortly because it seems like we're getting a little bit of a carry or a buildup of videos. Just because it is getting to be a more interesting time of the year, so it's easy to come up with content.
Did you guys farm dry beans?
No. Soybeans. We have thought about doing black beans or navies, are they? I'm not completely sure. I don't want to get into the special equipment because then the money you do make on those, they are a higher value crop, but you spend it all on different equipment. So it's hard to really get into that.
Do you plan to get an 8 or 9 RT? Thank you, MJK31.
RT is T-tractor. I don't think we would get another T-tractor unless we want to update our sprayer tractor, which then would have to be an 8 RT. And I don't know what we're gonna do. If I was to guess right now, it'll be a planter tractor update, and I would say like a 90 470R, 4-wheel
There
drive.
you go. Duck hunting on the opener.
Yeah, I hope so, but it could be
That's-
harvest.
That is
So,
his favorite, is duck hunting.
I do, but work comes first. Hunting comes second. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
it's hard for us, and it seems like hired guys really like to hunt, and it's hard on all of us because it's something we really enjoy, especially opener.
When you start updating tractors, do you want to stick with track ones for the most part?
Preferably, yeah, I do like. We love tracks. The flotation, less compaction. The T tractor, I won't say has maybe more traction, but if you're on dry ground, I'll pull a wheeled tractor any day of the week. 8520 versus the 8430. If you were to be pulling the 7-shank ripper, you have a lot less slippage with the 8430 until you hit a mud hole, and then you're stuck. So,
what is the reason you guys run pull behind sprayers and self-propelled? And then there's another question asking why we don't have Hagee sprayers. There's a video.
Yeah, we got a couple videos out. I can't remember which one. I've explained it a few times.
Yeah.
Of why we run it. We did demo a Hagee, and that's right when Deere had just bought them, and we did not like it at all. It wasn't integrated enough. The reason we were going to do that is to spray Headline Amp on our tasseled corn, which is a fungicide, and it just didn't work. It was a bad demo to begin with, and kind of burnt their attitude out. Their tanks are way too small. I do not want a self-propelled sprayer because even up to 1,600 gallon tanks just ain't enough. When you've been at 2,400, you can spray a quarter on one fill. It's just so efficient for us to be able to fill once. And then that water tender, a lot of times we're running 2 sprayers, 1 water tender. I can be filled up and spray for an hour and a half while he's overfilling Eric up.
Yep.
So it just flows a lot better with bigger tanks.
How do tracks ride different from tires?
Way smoother, generally speaking. Definitely way smoother. They just float across any holes or divots generally.
Would you invest in John Deere? This question's been asked multiple
If I
times.
had money to invest, I suppose.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, no, I don't know. We don't, as farmers, I'm not saying that farmers don't invest in other things, but it's just, in our opinion, better to invest back into the business than elsewhere.
Will Cab Talk episodes return this harvest season?
Well, I would imagine.
I would suppose. Yeah. Let's see. Yes, Duggo is Chet's dad.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. What else we got here? Most challenging aspect of farming.
Marketing. I would say that's got to be the hardest because you want to get in that top third of the market, but it's a lot easier said than done.
How old were you when they let you drive a tractor by yourself?
I think I was 9.
Yes.
I think. Maybe 8. I don't know.
Oh.
I was running grain cart at 10, but I was too scared to unload it. So I just drive around and catch everybody, and then the truck drivers or grandpa would come and unload the grain cart.
Oh. How are we today?
Excellent.
Good. We're good. Yes, we're very good.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you to everyone asking. Is Duggo and Eric brothers?
No.
No, Eric is a year older than us, and
Not related.
no, that's hilarious though.
8520.
When you're not on camera, do you call Duggo dad?
Yeah.
Yes and no. It actually goes back and forth. You do still call him Duggo.
I would say
off camera.
Off camera, he doesn't quite prefer to be called Duggo.
Yeah,
right?
I would agree.
I would say so.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Yes, Chet has one younger brother.
Yep. He does not farm or want to. which is fine. If you don't enjoy farming,
then you would not want to do it.
You don't want to do it.
No.
There's too many bad days, stressful days, hard work, long hours, sleepless nights.
Yeah.
And for you not to enjoy,
yeah, I can't imagine.
It would be probably the worst job you can imagine.
Yeah. What seed do you use?
Channel is kind of our most channel, corn, Stein soybeans, 100% Stein soybeans because, Stein has yield. I love their advertisement.
It is a good one.
It is.
It is. Thoughts on how your videos have evolved since starting your channel?
First off, me not editing makes everything a lot better because I think one of the biggest things that improved our videos and the way they are is I take the footage, obviously. For me to edit it, I have emotional attachment, or in my head, I understand what I was saying, but she looks at it and is like, what were you talking about?
Yeah.
So I come home and I watch the video. I'm like, where did this go? Where did that go? What's going on?
And like, it wasn't necessary for the storyline.
No, too long, too boring.
Yeah.
Okay.
And honestly, I have self-taught in the editing thing. I'm not a professional by any means, but even in my perspective from the beginning, I've learned a lot more. I've come up with my own style of doing it, which is interesting because when you watch any YouTuber, they all have a certain style of how they do their videos. And that just is what makes everyone different. So,
will the 8520 or 8430 be doing anything this fall? Yes, they will be on rippers. So we have a 5-shank 2700 ripper and a 7-shank 2700 ripper, and definitely those are what get put on there. The 8520 gets put on the smaller ripper because, like I said, the 8430 will traction wise outpull the 8520.
Yeah.
So that's where they get put in the fall.
Let's see. Nicole, are you related to farming before you met Chet? No, I was not. My dad works in a large corporation building machines for packaging, and I had no association with farming. We had a really little hobby farm that we'd have random animals on, but no farming. So that was a large change. Thank you, everyone, for your kind comments about editing.
Yeah, she does a wonderful job, and I know for a fact we would not be where we're at if I would still be editing. Well, and just you guys to know, every video that comes out takes about 4 to 5 hours of editing.
Yeah.
So
depending on how
I know
long.
a lot of people wonder why our footage is released so long after it's taken. And for one, like we said, we like to post on those days. So sometimes
if you record a couple days in a row,
and it just gets backed up, and editing takes pretty much half a day.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, I do not know how to drive tractor, and I have no want to drive tractor, and it's probably just best for both of us that I don't. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how cold is it in the winter? It depends.
Depends what you call cold.
When it's 60 below, it's too cold.
It's never been 60 below that I've
Wind
seen.
chill.
No, 50 below.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's a little too much.
I don't like anything below 0.
Yeah. I'll
that
agree to
sucks.
that. I would say from 0 to 20 is like the perfect winter.
Yeah. If you can stay in the 20s, it's pretty nice.
Yeah. Yep.
That's nice in Minnesota.
Let's see, what else do we have here?
I would go down and see Farmer Dan.
Yes.
I've talked to him almost every day. Also, Snapchat him.
Let's see. Are we going to move to the farm?
I don't know.
Grandma and Grandpa still live on the farm.
Yep.
So that's something that I think a lot of people think is that there's nobody living there.
No,
But
grandparents still live there. All the rest
And they're
of us
not
live
wanting
off
to
the farm,
move.
not too far away. We're all within 4 to 15 miles of the farm.
Yeah.
So we're all pretty close. And with your furniture business,
This yard is perfect.
This yard is set up very nice for that.
Yeah.
We have 3 outbuildings designated to furniture. That we it'd be hard to leave this yard if you're going to continue doing furniture.
Yeah, for sure. You'd have to build a whole new building designated for it again.
Yeah, which you'd never pay for.
No, probably not.
No. Because these were already on the
We
yard
just
and
redid them, except for the one we mowed on.
Yep.
But how many snowmobiles do we own, or do we all own? I probably would say, like between your dad.
5, 6, something like that. They're all old, mid 90s, except mine's an 09. But yeah, they're just old cheap sleds. We grew up, had a lot of friends that would come over, and we just ride it up.
Why don't you plant wheat anymore?
Poverty grass. Yeah, just no money in it. A lot of work for the acres we planted. We'd only plant about 300 acres, and we had a 30-foot drill. And where we're at here, very rarely did you plant wheat when you shouldn't be planting corn. Does that make sense? Like the wheat was always overlapping. You should be planting corn when we were trying to plant wheat, and it would take three days to plant the wheat, 2.5 days to plant the wheat, and it just was a time killer and took a month out of our year, literally, between planting, spraying, and then we would put hog manure on afterwards, which we would do it and haul from a neighbor's hog barn. And we just, after having a very poor yield 1 year and just sick of it, we said, that's it. It's not worth it anymore.
Yep.
And got out of it.
How do you like your grain handler dryers?
They're very nice. We really like them. The only thing that I would say is bad about them is they do blow a lot of chaff out of the holes, little triangles. But you never have to power wash them like a screen dryer. We used to have an MC dryer, and we'll never own another screen dryer ever, ever. Don't get a tower dryer or a screen dryer, in my opinion. Get some sort of mixed flow dryer.
Do you watch other farm channels? If so, any faves?
I don't barely have time to watch my own, but
if we do,
we watch Cole or Zach.
Yeah. It is really truthful. If he has time past watching his own, we don't have a whole lot of extra time, and would rather spend time actually talking than watching other people's YouTubes too. There's that.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, me.
Yeah.
Oh God. Has Duggo warmed up to the whole YouTube deal yet?
He got over that, I would say,
a while ago.
Yeah.
When he'll take his own take one of the cameras and go by himself.
Yeah, he even asks sometimes now, and it's like, perfect. Thank you.
He's definitely warmed up to it.
I don't have to force it anymore. But he still asks me every time, how do you run this thing? I just don't understand it.
Let's see.
Oh, yeah.
When and how did you guys meet? That's a consistent question. 8 years ago we met at Andy's Tower Hills snowboarding. And through mutual friends.
Traded the 790 for an X9. As far as I know, the X9 ain't even, I think you can order them now. So I don't think last year you could order them, so I don't think there's nothing more than demo units out this fall, along with the 50-foot head. I could be wrong, but I think that's correct in what I was told. Yep. And the X9, I don't know what that costs. I'm sure it's very expensive, but I would definitely love to own one, no doubt about it. or at least drive one, try it out.
What's your favorite tractor on the farm?
Probably one of the quad tracks. Not really. They're pretty much all the same. So, you sit in one of ours, they're pretty much all the same tractors.
Yeah. Update on Duggo's house. They are putting the rock on it.
Yeah, they got windows are all in now.
Except 2 that haven't came yet.
There's 2 that got made wrong incorrectly, and they won't be here till the 19th. I believe they had to remake them because they were made wrong because they were angle ones.
Mm-hmm.
And so they are waiting for that. But the rock is going on. The siding is almost done, I believe. And I think it's underway.
Yeah.
Pretty heavily. Finally.
Favorite football team?
What's football?
So Chet actually really is not a sports person.
No, 0. Not a bit.
But we will watch the Super Bowl every year. That's about it. And honestly, if we're honest, we watch it for the commercials. Sorry. Sorry to all the sports fans out there. How old is Duggo?
52, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you watch Dukes of Hazzard? We have all the seasons of it. Yes.
Yep.
Yes, we do. What do you think of the new X Series combines? Too big for you?
No. As far as I'm concerned, there's nothing too big. There's always going to be somebody with a fit for it in their operation. This 2596 grain cart we have, I don't know if it will fit our operation or not. I'm excited to try it out. I am very excited. I think it's an awesome machine. And honestly, when that thing's plumb full, I think it has less compaction than our 1300 bushel wheeled grain cart. Believe that or not. The thing is just massive. Everything about it is huge, and I love it.
What do you want the future of this channel to be?
I actually got asked that yesterday, and I just said, same thing as what we say about the farm. We'll go where it takes us. We'll keep going, and it is what it is. As far as I'm concerned, we're extremely blessed right now to be at 100,000 less than a year.
Yeah.
I would have never guessed that,
The whole idea was originally just sharing our view and part of agriculture. Like that's still the reason. Yeah. There's not really, it's not changed. The only thing that's changed is we've just gotten a little bit more better at it. That's about it.
We now at least feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Doing it, understanding how to do it a little bit more. I wouldn't claim to be the greatest or the most knowledgeable, but we've learned a lot and struggled a lot, and but we figured it out.
Would we ever go to Welker Farms?
Yeah, I don't do much traveling. Honestly, I just ain't me. I don't like to really leave. I like to stay at the farm. Yeah, that sounds kind of sad, doesn't it? But no, I don't like even really going on vacations all that much. But I would like to do like what Brian's farming videos did, traveled around to everybody's
that was cool.
yards. That was awesome. Meeting him, hanging out with him again was an awesome time. So definitely a fun experience for him. I know he really enjoyed it. I would like to do that too. I'd like to go down and see more than that. Just see the terrain is the biggest deal. You know, Welker's fields fascinate me.
Yeah.
Down in Ohio where Brian's at, it looks like a totally different terrain again.
Tractors. What is it? The Big Bud? Yeah. What is it?
Oh, Welker,
yeah.
Big Buds.
Those are so cool.
Sweet.
There was another. What do you think of cover crops?
I think they don't work in Minnesota, or I would say, they don't work. They're pointless. It freezes, so it kills it all. So by the time you get it established, this big and it dies and does nothing.
Chat, due to your age, do people sometimes not take you seriously or disregard you due to your age?
I would say online, yeah. Yeah, in person, not so much.
Yeah, I would agree with that. How do you guys split ownership of your farm and percentages, and how do you guys get paid?
Dad and Randy, they are 50-50 on the acres that they farm. I would say the majority of the farm is theirs.
You're just starting.
I rented my first farm when I was 17, and because the farmer wanted to get me going, or give me the opportunity, which was awesome. Still farm his farm still. And so then it just kind of, so when we buy a piece of machinery, we buy it on percentages of how many acres we farm.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So we buy a tractor, a piece of equipment, I end up buying 20% of it.
Yeah. Do we get a lot of subscribers visiting the farm?
No.
No. Which is good.
I would, yeah. It is a place of business. We have hired guys going. I can't stop and talk
for multiple hours.
Yeah,
and
it's
all
just
that.
We have had
a couple
people visit on appointment.
Yeah.
But they were, I would say, a special reason for that.
Yeah.
Without going into their
personal details.
So that was special occasions. So no, we do not have appointments, and I don't appreciate random drop-ins.
Yeah.
Because we are very busy. So may not look like it from online, but we are always working. And as you can tell, when I'm talking and working and filming, I'm doing stuff. I'm walking. We're always in a project. We're not just messing around. We don't stage anything. The camera is in my hand walking across the yard just because I'm going to get a piece of equipment, bring the camera with.
Yep.
There is nothing staged. It is our life. It is, it takes more time. Don't get me wrong that when we are actually filming, it takes time. But yeah.
Damian Boyd, thank you, but we don't answer that question.
Yeah, we don't. We don't share how many acres that we farm or own. Just personal preference. A lot of farmers do not share that information.
Yep.
And a lot of people get irritated when people do that.
Yeah.
People think that you're bragging.
Yeah.
Or stuff like that.
Do you and Duggo get into disagreements, and how do you resolve them?
Us Larsons are weird.
They're weird. They're very odd. They'll get into a disagreement and then just like walk away from each other and come back and be totally fine again. It's very weird.
Water off a duck's back.
They need a little time to cool.
Yeah. Oh, don't get me wrong. Me and Dad have a great relationship, but do we agree all the time? No. You're working with family. You're going to have arguments and disagreements, especially when you're working on same projects and you both have a different opinion on how you should do it or build it or fix it. And there's always going to be a disagreement. I don't care with hired men too.
Anyone, if you work any job with other people, you're always going to have disagreements no matter what.
Yeah.
Keep up the great videos. You guys do a great job on content editing. Thank you. We need an update equipment tour.
I would like to do a grain bin tour, but
grain
site.
It won't happen before fall, I would say, unless you have that already put in your brain.
I don't know.
It will likely not happen before fall, and if it does, it'll be a happy surprise for everyone, including me. Can you explain your watering system and how it irrigates? It's the sky.
Yeah, we don't have any. We don't have one pivot. We are 100% dependent on rainfall.
Will
the
Duggo
weather.
break the steering wheel this fall?
I think we've been there, done that. Hopefully never do it again.
What crop matures more quickly, corn or beans?
Soybeans. So that's something that we never really knew until we got on social media, that southern states harvest their corn first. That's just that's no one does that up here. Maybe 1 out of 10 years, and you might start on corn. For a weird reason, or you get a rainy streak and the soybeans are too wet to harvest, you'll switch to corn if the corn is ready. But generally, we got to let the corn dry down. It's just soybeans are ready and you go.
Yeah. How did you meet the big Swede?
Through a mutual friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a get together thing on Father's Day. It was
And I knew him when we were
young.
Very young.
Yeah.
Neighbor's cousin is actually how we got to know him.
Mm-hmm. Okay, where are you most efficient? Where are you least? Ways to improve?
Most efficient?
It's interesting. It's a very interesting question. That would be a lot of thought involved in that question. You guys are very efficient.
When we get in equipment.
Yes. And they are 100% against waste of their crop, especially.
Yeah, that is one of the things that I would say we're very fussy about. If the crop goes in the machine, it should stay in the machine.
Yeah.
It should not be dumped out of the machine.
Mm-hmm.
If you're losing it out of the back end of the combine, you're going too fast.
Yep.
Slow it down. Just because the 790 can eat it, don't mean it can keep it in it. So yeah, we are very fussy that way. The more pressure you put on us, the faster and better we work. Yep. So right now, we're starting to get a little stressed out with not having tracks on combines, heads on, calibrated, test fired. Winterizing sprayers we're working on right now. The more stuff you can throw at us, the faster and harder we work.
Yep.
Where if we're not so busy, we kind of get lazy. I don't want to do that job.
Yep.
But yeah, I think that's a lot to do with a lot of people.
How many years have you been out of hogs?
2008 was the last year we had them.
You farm only GMO corn and beans?
Yep. Yes. The wind system that Zach has, a lot of farms have wind systems. It's all to do with size and speed and legs. We never went with a wind system just due to they are more maintenance, and the leg is just pretty simple.
Yeah.
Carries it to the top and the gravity flows in. We really like the grain site that we have.
I'm reading. Liberty or Roundup?
So we planted, I think it's E3 beans this year, Stein E3 beans. So we could do Liberty, Roundup, and List. Yeah, those are the three. So we actually used all three this year. Every pass we did, we tried a different method, and we struggled with weed control. Yeah. Not gonna lie, we really
the whole area did that.
Everybody struggled. Liberty did not work like it did 2 years ago. All the agronomists said that. I don't know what the deal is. The agronomists have different ideas on it, but a lot of people struggled. Some people gave up. And we actually we made a hot mix of Liberty and Enlist and sprayed third pass, which was a very expensive mix, but we are not about to allow weed pressure, because you let weeds go 1 year, you'll have them forever.
Yeah.
And it's just a proven fact.
What's your favorite pastime when you're not farming?
I don't know.
I don't know what the answer
I
would
like
be.
to go to the lake.
Yeah.
The lake season's pretty much over here in Minnesota.
Yeah.
It's pretty chilly. So
Can you explain tiling and how it helps with water?
tiling is the number one, hands down, best thing that you can do to move water, better your fields. It does not dry out your field to the point of you'll drought your crop out, but it removes excess moisture from the ground and actually filters the water. The water coming out of the tile is clean. So
What would you like to see happen to the hog site? More storage?
crushed,
Yeah.
disappeared, gone.
There's not really a point to it.
No, it's I don't know if it's time to start ripping down some, I would say, and
Yeah.
just opening up the yard, because it's when my grandparents retired from hogs, the barns were still pretty good, but they needed to start getting updated.
Yeah.
Some stuff needed. Now the roofs are shot, and it just is getting to be an eyesore more than anything.
Why do you move trees?
We are moving trees. We bought a tree spade 5 years ago, I think, because we wanted more trees moved in for snow catch. So we moved in. We have a tree line out in the middle of a field that came out of CRP, of very nice evergreen trees.
Yeah.
And so we moved a bunch into the farm, and it was cheaper to buy a truck and move them in ourselves than to hire it done, is what we thought. But it definitely, we were going to sell the trees also, ran out of time, and then the last 3 years have been so wet that we can't get out in the field with the truck. Well, this year we finally could, so we've been moving some to my uncle's place that we farm with. So moved in about 14.
I would say so. Well, should we call it? It's been almost an hour.
Yeah, no,
It's been good.
yeah.
Good. Lots of good questions.
I always enjoy hearing from
all of the
subscribers and followers.
Yeah.
We do the best that we can to watch the comment section. Obviously, I can't be on my phone all the time to answer everyone's questions, but I do try to do the best that I can.
We try to read as many of the comments as possible. It doesn't mean we're going to respond to them all or most, but we do try. It just can be very overwhelming. Yep. It's a lot, and it's great. We enjoy it, but
it's great to hear from you guys. We always enjoy comments, and a lot of times I do learn some stuff. The comment section, advice, tools, all sorts of awesome stuff. But that's can't answer everybody, unfortunately. I need 3 more of myself to get the work done that I need to get done, but obviously it's not possible.
That's right.
But we appreciate all you guys watching.
Yes.
And
you guys have a wonderful weekend wherever you're at whatever time of day or whatever day it is. Have a great day. It's a weekend here, so have a great time.
It's a weekend everywhere.
Is it? I mean, these people in Africa, who knows what day it is?
Pretty sure the world travels on the same day.
We'll see.
See, now we're live, so we can't edit that stupidity out.
That's okay.
Oh, yes. We appreciate it, guys. I will see you guys next live.
Yes. Or in the next video.
Well, it's coming tomorrow.
Yes.
Dropping tomorrow. See you guys later.